show. This is Star Wars News with the Star Wars Daddy on the SWN network, as in Star Wars News, SWN. This is a new series here with the Star Wars Daddy. It'll happen every single Friday. It's the news, it's the current events, it's the drama, it's the toy releases, the video game releases. Anything that has to do with Star Wars happens here on this news channel. But enough of all of that. Let's get into these stories. Our first story today comes from Disney. This Wednesday, January 14th, brings us the season finale of Disney's Star Wars Skeleton Crew 8-episode show. So far, the series has received many good reviews and currently holds a 91% with Tomato Meter and 79% with Popcorn Meter. I don't even know what those are. One top critic says, evoking childhood wonder, Skeleton Crew is a swashbuckling Star Wars adventure that refreshingly keeps things simple. On the other side of things, a viewer named Gavin L. left this unpopular comment, quote, "First of what kind of name is Skeleton Crew? I don't know. Emoji, you just put skeleton and crew together, and I don't know what to say about it. Seriously, I could do better than that name. Second of nobody asked for this show. Personally, I think it's a horrible storyline. Even I could do better than this Star Wars." I think based on his logical look at combining words together to make a series title, a lack of quality grammar, and the ego that Gavin carries thinking he could do a better job than Disney, we should all chalk this one up to garbage. I've watched this series and have been entertained. I realize it isn't Luke Skywalker. It's not The Mandalorian. It's not Rogue One. But I am interested in the characters, and it really does feel like Goonies meets Pirates of the Caribbean meets a faraway Star Wars universe. I'd give it a 7 out of 10, which matches up pretty well with that Popcorn Meter. Our next story tonight, the beloved little bird-like creatures located on a small island on a hidden planet have been granted a comeback story out of California. The once endangered porgs have been rehabilitated and their population increased thanks to many wildlife organizations in the area. They are now considered to be only threatened on a scale of extinction. Their downfall began when Wookiees discovered them and started eating them in the thousands. We currently have Carl on location in California where this rehabilitation has shown success. Carl, what do you have for us?
But recently they found that controversy has come home to roost in their very own backyard. An infestation of
porgs,
which is a small part. I guess I should have seen that one coming, huh?
Carl, wow, what a story. I did notice you called them an infestation, which probably is why they took a dump in your mouth. Let's try to keep things classy with our reporting, shall we? We now move on to Star Wars Celebration. This year's Star Wars Celebration in Tokyo, Japan, has just announced new badge art riddled with old world cultural Japan in a Yuiko-e style. The artist named Takumi has revealed 9 characters, including Queen Amidala, Darth Vader, R2-D2, and C-3PO, Ahsoka, Luke Skywalker, Yoda, The Mandalorian with Grogu, and Asajj Ventress. Takumi explains, I looked back at the stories depicted in the masterpieces by Yuiko artists of the past, analyzing the motifs and elements woven into their compositions, and thought about what characters' narratives would best fit with those themes. The research continued until I found the right theme for each character. Here's a look at those badges now. Oh, look at that. We've got, was that Queen Amidala? Oh, Darth Vader's popping up somewhere in there. That's very nice. Oh, yes, these are very nice looking. Beautiful. Listen, I was in Japan and I loved it. And this does remind me of being in Japan. When I was at the Starcase. Starcase is a Star Wars store there. You got to check it out. The highly anticipated Star Wars Celebration takes place April 18th through 20th. Tickets are now on sale at their website, StarWarsCelebration.com. This is definitely an event that I would like to attend some point in the near future. In grading news, Collector Archive Services, CAS, has been promoting their new updated grading policies and prices. Currently, their loose Star Wars action figure grading is still only $49.99 and $59.99 for figures with a coin. Plus, CAS claims to be the best choice for loose Star Wars grading due to 90-day turnaround times, more display options for accessories and capes when displayed next to the figure, free digital photos and archival statements with every submission, amazing displays of the figures and accessories with no odd pegs that break loose. I think they're taking a shot at another organization. I sent in 166 graded items to CAS just last year, and I have to agree with them. They also have some of the best customer service with the most friendly staff members, and I highly recommend them. And now on to a very odd story. Throughout the years, many eBay sellers have tried to get an edge on their competition and find ways to increase sales prices. Recently, we have found a new eBay trend sparking lots of controversy. Many eBay sellers have introduced foot fetishes as a way to get sales and increase volume. As seen in this eBay listing, the seller purposefully puts their feet in the photo along with the item being sold as a way to entice the 17% of men that are attracted to feet based on a 2017 Belgian survey, where they found 4% of women responded positively to a foot fetish. Those lower numbers in women could be that women find men's feet intolerable and disgusting. Surprisingly, these numbers are down based on a 2006 study by AOL, which found 33% of men love feet. AOL was purchased in 2015 by Verizon. They possibly were failing as a business due to doing these types of studies. It's uncertain. But the important thing to take away from this story is that eBay sellers are putting unnecessary body parts in their listings as a way to trick you into bidding by pinning your desires against you. I recently asked a foot fetish admirer their advice for these new eBay enticements, and they said, and I quote, "Leave all fetishes at the door when you are making financial decisions." End of quote. Okay. In auction news, currently part 1 of the Jeff Jacobs Star Wars collection is live at Hakes Auctions. His entire collection is valued at $7 million plus. This year of auctions is going to be nuts. Here's what Hakes has to say about his collection. Jeff Jacob has had incredible success in composing a collection of the most significant and valuable action figures and toys from that era. His collection contains over 3,000 action figures, playsets, vehicles, and other pieces from Star Wars, G.I. Joes, Transformers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Masters of the Universe, and other production lines. The collection boasts complete and near-complete runs, the rarest pieces, multiple variations of many releases, and some of the most valuable toys in the hobby. Not only is the breadth of his collection comprehensive, Jacob pursued the best examples available. He determinedly and patiently hunted for toys in the best condition, possibly cultivating a collection that features mostly high-grade pieces, with some recognized as the highest-graded examples. His lifetime assemblage of action figures and related toys is indisputably one of the best in the world. Now Jacob is ready to sell his collection through Hakes Auctions. I've won many items from Jeff Jacobs' eBay site over the past few years at incredible prices, but I have a bad feeling that all of these items are going to be for a premium. The cheapest item available in this first wave is currently at $332.18 for a mint-on-card Wicket, with still 15 days left. Some of these items are going to break records, like the double telescoping Obi-Wan Kenobi. What an amazing collection, and a part of Star Wars collecting history. Now, an investigative report that I did. Okay, I dove deep. And finally, welcome to this investigative report that I just said I was doing an investigative report. I did on Facebook. It's a little bit of drama. I was scrolling through the ICC on Facebook the other day where I saw this post. The author of the post was doing his best to bring attention to the problems with an eBay listing like stripped paint on the limbs, overdone red paint on the face, and an oddly attached Darth Vader limb. It definitely doesn't match normal examples of a Little Letty Frankie flea market find. I do agree with the author on this, as I have 2 examples of my own, and they both have a Lily Letty character body and limbs, but have a different character's Lily Letty head on it. Those fit more with the understanding that we have of these scarce Frankenstein figures. What bothered me the most about this post was the comments from the other collectors giving incorrect information. Some stating that Lily Letty workers swore they never took overstock parts to assemble themselves and to sell later, even though we have much evidence that this did take place. Some users attacking the unknown buyer of the item and saying it's a piece of crap. Who would buy something like this? Others stating the item should be reported to eBay. Probably the most idiotic response I saw, as eBay isn't going to do anything about those reports. And how could you prove something wasn't legit about this item to eBay employees? Also, eBay doesn't even have a phone number anymore to talk to someone, so good luck with that. But then Michael Havens, the owner of the ICC, stepped in to inform everyone of their lack of knowledge and to validate that these types of figures are real. I mean, CAS grades these figures and calls them hybrid figures. I have many overstock Lily Lady heads graded in my collection, so if they weren't taken from the factory, how do we have all these overstock parts in the market? I reached out to the seller on eBay, who I know, and who is one of the leading experts on Lily Letty Star Wars items on this planet. I asked him about the Frankies, and he said that this Boba example could have been paint stripped. He also stated that these Frankies could possibly have been assembled at the Letty factory with paint applications completed on them, but most of them, to our knowledge, were assembled after the factory went under. Honestly, any combination or paint schemes could be endless, as these were made by factory workers with whatever parts they were able to smuggle out of the factory. These figures are real. They're made with Letty factory parts, but considered custom-made items just like Toy Tonys. I find them to be interesting and provide a nice alternative to collecting the usual Kenner-made items. Remember, not everyone is an expert. Be nice. Do your research before you speak and come across as a dum-dum. The winner of this item wasn't the only one that bid. It took many collectors bidding to get it to the price that it sold at. Either way, this was the weekly Facebook drama, which I'm sure didn't even touch the surface. And just in case you were wondering, little Star Wars Daddy news to end the week. We were able to pick up 7 subscribers this week. A pretty good week for us overall. And we also started memberships. The link is down below in the descriptions if you want to become a member. We have 9 new members in just 5 days. It's absolutely unbelievable. We also came out with a bunch of videos. Here's one of the videos right now. The thumbnail's popping up right there. And there is the other video that came out. And we also had a bunch of shorts. Shorts every single week, like I promised, were going to happen. Or not every single week, but every single day. Every single day, those shorts are going to happen. And just remember, with those memberships, you can get free shipping as a daddy tier or a big daddy tier on any loose action figures and accessories. You get $10 off as a big daddy on anything bigger, like vehicles and play sets. You also receive a free t-shirt after a certain tenure. You get a 3D exclusive Adam Gothard design Star Wars Daddy Darth Vader bust. And I will throw in a couple other goodies. Just make sure to check out the links down below in the description to find my Facebook, my TikTok, my eBay account if you want to become a daddy of the week, and my eBay videos, which we saw right here. And the link is down there to become a member. We look forward to having you. I hope you enjoyed this week's Star Wars news. Make sure to tune in next Friday when we discuss more Star Wars current events like AT-AT versus AT-AT, Hasbro toy releases, and many other weird current events. My fellow collectors, keep it classy, and don't forget, who is your daddy? Ow now, brown cow. Ow now, brown cow. Ow now, brown cow. Unique New York. Unique New York. Ow now, brown cow. Okay, I'm ready. So you can say, I'll say start, and then it really doesn't matter when I start, because I'll just start after it's recording, and I can go edit it out. But we're going to try to get through this first one, okay? Mm-hmm.